Hello all, this is Zimnala coming at you with another adventure in Demise, Rise of the Kutan. We're going to be picking up where we left off. We had just switched over our Oni into being an explorer. And they have a massive EXP penalty to pay off, but it's going to be worth it. Our sorcerer is doing the same thing. See, where are they at? Yeah, they got a 1.0 penalty. So that actually is a 2 times penalty to what it is. So we have to double the XP we'd already gotten. So that's fine. I mean, honestly, our dwarf's getting ready to have their own big penalty because when they get to 175, I'm gonna actually pass the mangus on to this human, and we're gonna switch off to being a cleric. So everyone's gonna kind of rotate in and out for a while. We need to get some of our side guilds up and start getting some options to being a little better. But we've done some big explorations too. We're now largely mapped all the way down to floor 20, 3, and 24. So. There we go, and then... Did we cast Flight on ourselves? I don't remember. No, we haven't because they wouldn't have magic points. There we go. Now we're good. We have cast all of our spells on ourselves. We are golden. We're gonna heal up and mosey our butts in. So we're gonna start it basically like we have so far. We're gonna slip into the water and go for a little dunkaroo. I don't think we need to change what we're doing too much. But we'll see how I feel about it. If I feel like we're getting tanked a bit, I'll go back a little bit. Like, we definitely haven't just sat around and leveled up for a bit, so... Because I'm not sure exactly where I want to go, so let's get up and think about it. So we were exploring down here. Maybe we should continue. Let's see where we get actually stuck, you know? Because that room didn't actually have anything that had stopped us. Yep, we found our centaurs.
Cool.
These enemies are real chewy. Look at all these combat rounds we had to go through to win, but it's okay. It's actually good for EXP to do it that way. But we're not trying to full clear this area. We're actually dipping through. Here's some mythical friends. Oh, domination. I think that's soul domination. Damn, that's a good spell. But I am gonna run around and try to get the dragons, because dragons are gonna give us spell books, so. That might be what I wanted. That's either teleport. No, that's not the one I want. That's gonna be teleport, I think. I think that's teleport. Teleport's good. So teleport lets you go up and down floors as well as the displacement one. But the way I tend to use teleport is I go up and down a couple of floors, rather than any amount of forward or back. But if you map out safe spaces to do it, it's actually a really effective way. Oh, paralyzation. Damn, we're just getting spell books out the wazoo here. It's all stuff we don't have, so. I'll take it. It's good for us. Tree ties of teleportation is something different. Yeah, if we try to full clear this, we'll just be pinned without exploring anywhere else. So I want to do some actual exploration too, so. We're definitely gonna mix this up a little bit and do some of that, so. Oh, we don't want to fight these guys. This is one of their prime floors, so hopefully we won't have to actually fight these guys. I mean, my hope is that we just manage to map out this floor and never have to actually come back to it, but, you know. That's right, we do have to go talk to the giant too, don't we? We'll do that next time. We'll talk to the giant next time we come down. We went a different way. He's pretty easy to get to too. But that's where I kept someone using the Mangus, is because it's going to take care of all these undead groups before they become major problems, so. Alright, so we reached the side of the map. That's good. I think that means that we've mapped out down here. I'm going to take a quick look at it, see what I think. Well, we've mostly filled it in. There is a little middle section that we didn't, but you know, we can explore that way another time that we come through here. Because that's actually right by the entrance of where we came. We went left, whereas the other way would have been right. So here's some more knights. I think these are actually knights. I think they gave me the wrong name. I could look at it by highlighting them, but I mean, pretty much all the warriors mostly act the same. What are you? I want to kill them. They're not weapon immune, that's all I care about, but they're probably like other slimes. They probably destroy items too. They probably spit acid maybe. Who knows? No, actually, we came back to this section. Maybe we should just map it out. We are here. No, it's the magic. Anti-magic room. Gross. This isn't the vile filth, so it's definitely lying to us. But it is another slime. So that part's true, at least. Oh, more dragons. We like dragons. Get in my dragon blade. What does that even mean? I don't even know. So the pyramid is a little way up. Ah, you're another room. What's going on in here? Oh, it's this one. So this is a interesting room too. We should definitely clear this out. This is a great place to find spells. Actually. So this is another joint room like the other one. It's just as big, so we'll get some unique items in this area. These are some pretty tough giants, but I mean, I don't think they're a problem. They're just crunchy, you know? Guess our friends aren't liking it here. There are some spicy groups of undead in here too, so we could potentially have some problems, but we're gonna fight our way through them. We do have the Mangus on our side. Can you open this? You did it. Oh no, we lost one of our friends. Another blood of ages. I like drowning in those things, you know? So usually there's more magic users in here, so maybe it's changed a bit. Well, you did cast a spell on us, but so far it seems like mostly devils. So maybe it's been changed to be less about magic. Asterix. I remember the Asterix being a really, really nasty customer, but we didn't have a problem. It's particularly nasty because I think it can turn you to stone, but we have multiple friends with this. I felt like we'd be fine. Oh wow, you actually got one in. I got drained, unfortunate. But you know, we got plenty of agility ups. Agility's not a problem to replace. Yeah, this definitely looks like it was changed to be mostly undead. Undead and demons. You're some thieves, though. What do you do when he... Okay, so we found a not a teleporter, we found a rotator for no reason. What's with this single pit demon? Well, if it's mostly just demons, it's not going to give us the same kind of stuff. Demons mostly give you random equipment. They don't tend to give you spells. So the other one would be better for us to clear for magic. But this would be pretty good to clear for other stuff, like just random equipment. Like bracers and some other stuff. Because that's their bend, is they tend to just give you just random equipment of their level. But we're also going to have to do the top part of this too, so bear with me on that little bit of running around. But I think we've largely cleared the floor out at least. So we'll just run back and forth and let our mana regen, and when we get back to that corner we should have enough to map it. Forgot we need to map over there too. That's okay. It'll all get mapped. There we go, we got it. Alright. So we're not trying to map 24 right now. We just kind of popped in here because it was along the way. But we can go into this other side room. I think it's part of this complex, just a little different section of it. Maybe this section is a little different. I'm really glad you didn't do anything like... I see some magicians in here. I think this might be the teleporter I know about. If so, it leads almost to the surface. Because I remember there being a layered teleporter that brings you up to the library.
Cool.
They certainly got hit pretty hard. Just trying to see if I could pop the chat out. I can't do it. So yeah, we're gonna have to raise their stats up again when we get back. That was kind of nasty. I believed in us. We did win. And that is why our resists need to get better. But that's an example of one of the groups that would give us better spells, because magic users do start getting pretty nasty over time. This one was a little less painful. Okay, let's map the second floor of this. As you can see, that mapped out most of what we had going on. Now we can head back up. Which way do we want to explore next? I'm just going to pop the map out and look at that. So we've explored the left, bottom left, and we've explored those two big areas. We could go north and left and clear out the top left corner. That might be better. So it's beeping at me. Oh yeah, no, it's nothing important. Yeah, Oni was taking some surprise draining damage. So. Oh, even you got hit, huh? So dwarves have like a 90% chance to resist stuff. But yeah, what I learned before is that lost hit points come back on a timer. So they're at 614 now. We will look at them later. That is what I remember from what I was experiencing. But this is a sign that I might be finally delving a little deeper than they can handle with the current situation. So it might be time to switch it up a little and back away from this super exploration for a little bit and level up a bit.
Cool.
But to be fair, the second one was actually because I opened up the wrong treasure chest. So. That one was definitely a my bad scenario. Oh, look at us getting a crystal of mysticism. We are almost to that corner. We're seeing some interesting stuff going on in the area above us too, which I've been paying attention to. But that's part of the new areas with the Tavern Keepers, Tavern Revenge. So we'll have to get to that when we do a proper exploration. Ah, some sort of thing from below in that corner too, huh? There's another weird area to the right, huh? I think that's actually the pyramid, though. Oh, we finally got pinned? Okay. This might be a reasonable time to escape then. Let's go find our crystal that we found and let's skedaddle out of here and go heal up our missing stats and stuff. So yeah, they already got 2 of their hit points back. See how it's 616? It was down to 614. So yeah, over time they're just going to get those drained ones back. But if you look at it, we actually gained almost 300,000 experience with our Oni. So they definitely killed the vast majority of what we had going on. So their experience level is going to go up crazy if I keep them up front, which is why I had them in the back. Because they just have a chance of killing anything we come across. That's a weapon we didn't have yet. I wonder which one that one is. So yeah, we've gained another, like, I want to say 80,000 towards a level up. We're about 40% of the way from where we started. So this is the item we didn't have yet, these gloves of power. They are not better than the gauntlets, but they are the generic version, and it is a glove we didn't have so far. What are you? Master Blade. This is a new item, actually. Oh my goodness, look at this high level requirement. 6-winged dagger. This thing looks freaking amazing. Damn, I'll take that, but we're nowhere close to using it. What are you? Light Slicer. Even higher level. What? So you're a dagger. 900% to undead. Damn, this thing is gonna murder undead, but it has less swings than the other one, but this might be a good safety for killing undead if they remain a problem. Demons and devils get a bonus too. But yeah, that level requirement is crazy. At least we know there's upgrades in the future. Gotta go with that. Did we get a Vorpal blade? Jeez, so this is usually one of the better swords you can use for a while, but the problem is that it doesn't actually do a lot of damage compared to some other alternatives, but only some classes can use it. But it gives you behead and 7 swings, which is pretty crazy for a one-handed item. It might be one of the things we end up using for a while, though, but that's not till like level 306, so we are a ways away from using that bad Larry. So that can sit in the store. And we gained another one of these. We're pulling in some good stuff. So this is a villain and a sorcerer, so we can get that checked out. You are a magi, so that would be your purview. This right here is explorer and warlock. Well, my gut's instinct says to give it to him because explorer actually is the one that will benefit more from it in the long run, because we're probably going to get explorer higher on all of our characters. So that would be teleport, yep. See, warlock also learns it, but I think it's more expensive for warlock. That's the other reason. Let's switch to Magi and take... Oh, you have... That's right, we do have that sash on. Let's uncurse the sash. Let's switch it over. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. So that is... So this one lets you cast it on a companion and they can never break free. So which guilds was this for? Probably Explorer and Warlock. Okay, yeah, we can turn that in there. I think we have it. Oh, it's new. Okay. So this is Morgul Teleport. It's got problems. I don't recommend using it. This might be a new spell for them. So yep. Grimoire Paralyzation. Paralyzing Death, it's an elemental spell that uses paralysis as a resist. So we'll take a look at that. It is an attack spell. We're gonna have to switch back to warrior and re-equip ourselves. So let's come look at that spell. Let's see what that thing has going on. So paralyzing death. It does do damage or kill, and it has a resist to paralyze. And it does about the same as impending doom that we looked at before. It is also, I believe, more expensive than even the lightning spell, so it does much less damage than that too. Also affects less creatures overall. So it's not an improvement over that. So the final thing we need to do is actually recover our lost stats. So if we have an Ard, I'm going to throw an Ard at this and then see what we're missing. Maybe we should just grab a couple strength, because most of what we're missing is strength and dexterity. Now that I look at it. I don't know how many we're missing, so I'm going to throw 2 of each at it and see what that does. Okay, so it only took 2 and 1. Okay, so we didn't lose that much. Anyone else lose some stuff along the way? You actually lost some agility as well, so we're gonna need a little bit more agility. You also lost a con. That's kind of crazy. So usually dwarves have like a natural 90% resist to draining. We have all these things sitting in our inventory, so we might as well use them. Didn't get anything new on this front. Oh, let's get ourselves casted up and jump back into the murder hole. I'd greatly prefer to get 23 mapped out, and then we can consider doing things a little safer. We're also gonna go visit the giant king, though. We're gonna do both of those things. And this time we're gonna talk to him, because talking to him is what they want us to do. Yeah, the one we're looking for this for the portals, I believe, is just called the Grimoire Portals. So if we ever find that, I'm gonna immediately go to town and turn it in and not give us any chance to lose it along the way. Oh, it's a bunch of actual warriors. Of course it is. No, we definitely took some damage. I'm just glad we got out of there before our friend decided to actually die. It's just a little inconvenient. We could have raised him. And that's how you can see that our fighting strength has gone down a little bit. It's okay. Look at all those rot grubs. Snakes, rot grubs. Don't want to deal with them. Why do they all want to join me? Yeah, if we go right north from here, we'll be at the Giant King, so we can just turn our stuff in and we'll be good. Oh, so he handed us his maul? The Giant King looks at you thoughtfully. Perhaps my need for this has passed and I may yet find service in battle. So he handed us his maul. So talking to him got us his weapon. Well, I hope that's what the quest wanted. We will, in fact, find out when we get to town. So we are going to go down the pyramid this time. I think it's time. Oh, look at you guys wanting to join. Who are you going to join? You can join this group. I don't know if we can actually win against that group, though. To be honest, the death flights are actually a little spicy. So I don't need to fight them. We don't need to deal with it. So we could teleport in there and map out the inside. We might end up doing that because I don't think we can fully explore it from the outside. There's nothing especially interesting in there usually from what I remember, but... probably do it. So if you're ever wondering if you'll be in trouble, do a check for Brock. By that I mean do detect rock, and if it says that it's not rock, you can teleport to it, and you should be fine. So as you can see, there was nothing especially interesting about it when we went in there, so... that's what I mean by... just because you can doesn't mean you're gonna get anything out of it, you know? Go. Had to reset my headset. We are good to go again. Let's make sure it's rock. Not rock, I mean. How rude. They stole some gold. What jerks. Yeah, see, it's just a big ol' empty room with nothing in it, so... I don't remember what's actually going on in the pyramid. I do seem to remember that it's nothing useful or fun. I think there's an anti-magic square in there somewhere. Not anti-magic, I mean extinguish. I'll take a walk through it. Hopefully it's nothing too spicy. Oh no, you're a wolf spider. You ain't fooling me. Nope, we don't want to fight these guys. They're our friends.
Cool. Cool.
Grimoire of Light. I actually think that might be Stone to Flesh. Or it's a healing spell. It might actually be, that might actually be the next level of heal.
Cool.
You know, I don't remember where those go and I don't want to experiment, so we are just gonna get out. Look at that, we found a faster way out. So yeah, we're still fine. I'm gonna look at the map and see where I want to go. So we mapped most of the rest of this floor, but there's a little bit at the top left and in the middle. So we're gonna actually go out the top of this. Seems like a reasonable spot to go out. Such dragons. We didn't even kill it, it just ran away. Yes, this is where we were last time before we ran out.
Cool.
Tree Ties of Death Drain. I'm not even sure which I assume it's a spell called Death Drain, but I don't remember that spell. It sounds like it would be a Markle spell. So we'll look at it.
Cool.
Grimoire of Mortality. I'm not even sure what some of these spells are. Maybe there are new spells. I'll know if I learn it and it seems new. And we're definitely picking up a lot of new spells.
Bye-bye.
Not gonna fight. I'm just gonna stand there staring at us. Oh, you're not even... Where are you? Oh, you're stuck in this corner. You fool. Oh. There we go. That's one way to solve it. We also have magic. I just don't tend to use it. If we can't walk to them, we can cast spells on them still, so... Hmm. Now we are asserting our way through the map. It's definitely winding all over the place still. Ah, they got a good hit on Trixie. That's unfortunate. Yep, the undead are definitely starting to be a problem. This might be the last little bit of this floor that we haven't mapped, so we might be all set. Now let's look on the map and see what that has going on for us. Yep, we finished out this map for this floor, so we are officially done with 23. Well, there's a couple ways we could go to get further. We could, well, get past these undead would be the first step. Go back in here.
Bye-bye.
This place started repopulating. These are very tanky thieves, if I remember. Master Thogs aren't dangerous, but they're very tanky, from what I remember. Yeah, we'll poke around on 24 just until we get pinned, and then we're gonna give it a cooling down until we switch back to some more fighting, or we get stronger. One of those things will happen. Well, that wasn't amazingly good for us. But we got him. These guys can paralyze you, that's what they got going on. But there is a lot of us, so it's less dangerous. Just small little anti-magic room, nothing to worry about. This is the super tanky thief again. Just gonna map out these hallways.
Cool.
Here's more of them. Fortunately, being able to paralyze you is pretty much their only thing, so... Not the lions. Now, I remember we were actually killed by a couple of these lions over there in one of the new areas, so it was giving us enemies from down here on 24.
Cool.
So now we know, like, how Spicy was trying to make things for us there. I think we were on, like, what, floor 8? So now we're strong enough to fight lions, but a little much for where we were at before. More of the poisonous thorns. We are almost up to the top left of the map, though, so we have actually sorted out a lot of this floor as well. Oh, there's something spicy going up in the top left, huh? Looks like it doesn't actually want us to get over there. That looks like an adventure for the floor below this, though, so we don't have to worry about it right now. I don't think... Oh, we did open it. Oh, well, that's a thing. Wonder where our friend went. We're gonna play a fun game called Where Did They Go? Where are you? I didn't say to cast it on them. The game switched it up. Alright, we'll do this a different way. We can also cast this spell. So they're all the way to the right. And so then they're in the bottom right corner. And that gives us a direction. We are going to make our way there. That's where the hallways really come in handy. They're like literally in the corner. So. Hey, we found a way down. Not that that's our goal, but it is good to find stairs in a general sense. We should be almost to where they're at, though. I'm pretty sure it said right down in this corner. So. Oh, hope you're not down there. Well, let's find out, I guess. They sure are. Okay, we're going in. We're gonna be flying. Don't remember what's going on with this thing, but we have a friend trapped over here, so... So this is actually past where the normal boundaries of this are. Are you actually in one of these rooms? Let's find out. Alright, so they weren't in that room anyway, so we went in there for no particular reason, but that's okay. We got our friend back, and that's all that matters, so. But yeah, that place is an extended place than I remember, so there's definitely some cool stuff going on with what they've changed, so. We'll be interested to see what else is different. Yeah, we need to gain a little bit more for our human to be ready for our level up, so we're almost there. Now the Blood of Ages, of course. And as you can see, this actually matches up to where we could have gotten out of the original room. So all these places definitely interconnect pretty decently. There we go. Let us escape, though. We gained our levels. You also are ready for your levels up. Cool stuff. These guys are not that close, but we gained another 100,000 experience along the way with them, and they gained even more. So now they're even lower than that. So they've already gained over 600,000 experience since we started this about an hour ago. So it goes really fast if you put them up front and just leave them there. This is an item we didn't have before either. So this would be an upgrade for our characters. We'll sell our spider friend. We also gained one of these dark flights. Yeah, so let's go see what's going on with Garrick. Did we finish the quest? No, we did. So we did talk to the Giant King, but he didn't say what it wanted him to say. So he has a few choices on what he can say to you. I guess we didn't say what we didn't have the right conversation, so we're gonna have to try again. We did need another one of these, so we are gonna put this on. We did get some new spells too, from what I remember, so. And we had a couple of these to sell too, that's right. We got our Shadow Serpents. We also did get drained, now I remember it. Yep, and we gained our other 2 missing hit points. I see that now as well. So yeah, let's consider what this has going on. So this is a Magi spell, actually. This is gonna be for her to sort out. Death Drain, what are you? Sorcerer, Warlock, and Cleric. Well, we're already in this, so we are not going to do that. But this is new. Yeah, it was a Markle damage. So with these, I seem to remember that The main thing with Moracle spells is they actually don't do the highest amount of damage, but they ignore half of the resistance. And with this particular line of things, they only target 2 enemies in 2 groups, so they actually don't have a very big one. There's certain enemies that it can be really good for. But it has so many limitations that I don't usually plan it for what I have going on. So this is actually a pretty strong weapon, all said. But the only downside being that it doesn't have stats as high as having a shield as well, but the damage it does is almost a 4 times multiplier, so we might want to consider it. It might actually help with the not taking as much damage. On second thought, we actually can't even use it yet, so I don't know what I jumped the gun for. But in a different way, there's a different way to make this work. You can actually have the mangas and we can wear them all. So maybe that's the play. Maybe that's the play. So yeah, we're gonna be destroying enemies in the back. I think that's a good play. We'll at least try it out for a while. Just seeing if any new items showed up. Nope, nothing new. Now the final thing is to get our stats back. We need an intelligence and a wisdom. I think we can make that work. Maybe we actually didn't get another one of those, huh? Well, we can do it this way. So let's actually put that back in. We'll get an Ard. We'll just do it the Ard way. Everything's done the hard way in life, right? I don't think we had a bounty change, but let's look at it. Nothing new. Alright, fair enough. I think we're in a decent spot. I am going to take a break for a little bit, so thank you all for watching. I'll be back in maybe like 10 minutes, and we'll continue on. Thank you all. See you in a bit. Bye-bye.